If you are new to my channel, do subscribe it and make sure to hit the bell icon so that you would not miss any of my upcoming videos. Hello dear students, welcome back to Arena Tutorials. Today I am going to teach physics of class 7. So today we are going to read chapter number 3 of living science, that is energy. So let's start. So students, we know this energy is a very common word. It is a very familiar word. It means nothing but the capacity of our body to do work. It is the capacity, the ability of our body, of anyone's body to do work. If in a body energy is not there, then that body will not be able to do any type of work. This is important, students. This should be kept in mind. If a body possesses energy, if energy is present, is possessed by any body, then that body will definitely be able to do the work. And without energy, no body can do any type of work. So energy is a very important factor. It plays a very important factor in our life, because in our life we need to do lots and lots of work. So for that, energy is required. So now, from where does we get this energy? We get energy from the food we eat. We eat food, respiration process goes inside our body, and by that process only energy is produced in our body. So to get energy, it is very important for all of us to have food. Now, this energy word, actually this word which is energy, it has been derived from a Greek word. This word energy, it has been derived from a Greek word which is energia. The Greek word for energy is energia. Now, what is the meaning of this energia? Energia means activity. Energia means activity. So, you may expect a question like this. What is the Greek word for energy? So, you will write there energia. Now, let's discuss some units of energy. So, actually, there are many units of energy, and we will start with calorie. So, this calorie is a very common word. For calorie, we can write CAL. See, this is the short form of calorie, and it is actually a unit of heat energy. You all are acquainted with this word heat. Heat is a form of energy, and if it is a form of energy, then definitely it will have some unit. So the unit of heat energy is called calories, or calorie you can write. Just like mass has some unit. Just like distance also has some unit. Similarly, just like them, this heat, as it is a physical quantity, so it also has some unit, that is calorie. Now, how can we define calorie? It is a very simple term. Let's understand the concept of calorie with an example. Okay, so just imagine or suppose we have 1 gram of water. Okay, that means suppose here we have 1 gram of water. I have taken water, 1 gram of water in a container. Okay, just imagine this is a container. Now what we have to do now? We have to heat this water. Okay, we have to provide heat energy to this water, and our main motto is to increase the temperature of this water by 1 degree Celsius. Suppose the temperature of this water is now let it be 20 degrees Celsius. Here we are providing heat energy to this water. So our main motto is to increase the temperature of this water by 1 degree. That means we have to make it 21 degrees Celsius. From 20 degrees Celsius to 21 degrees Celsius. So here we have to increase the temperature by 1 degree Celsius. So to do so, the amount of heat energy which is required, to raise the temperature of this 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius, that heat energy is called 1 calorie. That is called 1 calorie. That means we have to increase the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius. So the amount of heat energy required to do so, that is called what? That is called 1 calorie. So here we have the definition of calorie. So a calorie is defined as the amount of heat energy which is required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius. Similarly, another unit of heat energy can be kilocalorie. Listen, see, actually now, calorie is actually a very small unit. This calorie which we have read just now, that calorie was actually a very small unit. So the multiple of this calorie is actually kilocalorie. So this kilocalorie can also be used as a unit of heat energy. So that can be written like this, or simply we can write calorie, but C should be in capital. So here, how are they related? How are this calorie, kilocalorie and that calorie which we have read, how are they related? See, so 1 calorie is equal to 1 kilocalorie. So 1 calorie is equal to actually 1000 calories. So these are actually very important terms, which are very important values. The question comes 1 calorie is equals to dash calories. So your answer will be 1000 calories. Now, if I will talk about the SI unit, the standard unit of energy, then that is actually joule. Joule was the name of a scientist. So this unit has been named after that scientist. So joule, the SI unit of energy is joule. Whenever we write the name of this unit now, then J is written in small letter. But just look at the symbol. Just look at the symbol. This J is in capital. So this is very important. Just keep this in your mind. Now, how can we define this 1 joule? Means, what is the meaning of this 1 joule? Because just now I have told you the SI unit of energy is joule. But what is the meaning of this joule? So let's see. 1 joule means the amount of work done when a force of 1 Newton causes a displacement of 1 meter in a body and in the same direction of the force. Again, we will understand this with one example. Okay, suppose here I have a body. Here I have a body. Let it be at the position A. Okay, then what I am doing here now, I will just give a force of, or I will just apply a force of 1 Newton here. Here I am applying a force on this body, and the magnitude of the force is what? 1 Newton. Means I am applying 1 Newton force on this body. Now many students, if you have any doubt now, then that what is 1 Newton, don't worry students. See, Newton is the unit of force. Just like we write the unit of mass as gram na, or kg, we write na. Similarly, the unit of force is Newton. The unit of force is Newton. So here we are applying a force of 1 Newton on one body. Here this is the body. It is placed at A position. We are applying a force of 1 Newton on this body. When we apply this force on this body, what will happen? This body will get displaced. It will move to another position. Okay, just suppose this body, its position has been changed from A to B, and just A to B, and this body has covered a distance of 1 meter. If this body, by the application of 1 Newton of force, if it has displaced by 1 meter now, then the work done here is called 1 joule. 1 joule. If 1 Newton force is able to displace a body by 1 meter in the same direction of the force, then that work done here is called 1 joule. So the same thing is written here in the form of a definition. So here 1 joule is amount of work done when a force of 1 Newton causes a displacement of 1 meter in a body in the direction of force. Now again, joule is also a small quantity. So the multiple of joule is kilojoule. Means kilojoule is a larger quantity as compared to joule. So kilojoule is the multiple of joule. How are they related? 1 kilojoule is equal to 1000 joule. This is important. Again, 1 kilojoule is equal to 1000 joule. This is the same diagram by the help of which I have explained you the meaning of joule. So now let's see how are this calorie and joule they related. Okay, this is a very important thing. See, 1 calorie is equal to 4.186 joules, or you can write simply 4.2 joule. You can write 1 calories is equals to 4.2 joule. That will be okay. That will be no problem. So calories and joules, they are related in this manner. 1 calories is equal to 4.2 joules or 4.186 joules. And again, how are kilocalorie and joules related? So they are related in this manner. 1 kilocalorie is equal to 4186, that means 4186 joules. These values are very important. Now the food that we eat number of food items, and I have already told you that we get energy, our body gets energy through that food only. So we get them in the form of calories. Yeah, in some book it is written kilocalories, but it is actually in calories. That will be okay, that will be no problem. So the food that we eat now, that contains energy in terms of calories, and that is actually written at the back side of the wrapper. You can go through that. Now let's discuss forms of energy, forms or types of energy. So students, there are different forms of energy, and all the forms of energy, they can be transferred from one form to another form. They can be transformed from one form to another form. Now let's read them one by one. So the first form of energy is mechanical energy. I will explain you this with the help of an example. So let's start. See students, whenever we need to do any type of work, okay, our body definitely needs energy, yes or no? Our body needs energy to do any type of work. So to do that work, our body spends energy. Example, if there is a ball placed on the ground, we need to lift the ball above the ground. So what we are doing? We are lifting this ball above the ground, and we have brought it to this position. When we lifted this ball from the ground, our body spent some energy. Yes, we have spent some energy. We have used our force. Our body has spent some energy to change the position of ball from here to here, or to lift this ball away from the ground. While doing so now, our body has spent energy. Whose body has spent? Our body. Our body has spent energy. Now, what has happened to that energy? Now the energy which is spent by our body now, that is gained by this ball. If in place of ball you are lifting a stone, then your body, it spends energy to lift the stone. Then what happens to that energy? That energy is gained by that stone. Here in this case, it is gained by this body. So that energy is having one name. That energy is called which energy? Mechanical energy. So students, mechanical energy is the energy which is possessed by a body, due to the work done on it. Here I have done the work on this body, on this ball. I have lifted the ball away from the ground. So here I have spent some energy. That energy is gained by this ball. So that energy is called mechanical energy. So energy possessed by a body due to the work done on it. Here also we have done the work. We have done the work of lifting the ball away from the ground. Okay. Now, this mechanical energy is of two types. Very important. First one is kinetic energy. Second one is potential energy. These two forms of energy, they are interchangeable. That means this kinetic energy can be get converted into potential energy, and this potential energy can get converted into kinetic energy. Now let's discuss them one by one. Now we will start with kinetic energy. So let's start. Okay. So kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is that energy. See, it is a form of mechanical energy, but it is that energy which is present in every moving objects. If any object is moving, if anything is moving, then that body, that object will definitely have which energy? Kinetic energy. Just remember this. Very simple. If any object is moving, if any object is in motion, then the energy which is present in that body, that energy is called kinetic energy. So for that, here I have written, it is the energy possessed by a body by virtue of its state of motion. Means the energy possessed by a body due to its motion. So all moving things, all moving objects, they possess what? Kinetic energy. Examples, if a child or a person or if anyone is riding a bicycle, bicycle means cycle, okay? If anyone is riding bicycle, so that person is in motion, na? So that means if he is in motion, then he would have kinetic energy. Moving air, which is also called wind. So moving air, that air is in motion like this, air is moving. If it is moving, then it will have which energy? Kinetic energy. Then moving swing, swing means jhula. Okay, moving swing, swing is moving. I am talking about the moving swing, not the swing which is at rest. No, moving swing. If it is moving, then it will have kinetic energy. Flowing water, water is flowing. Yeah. Flying bird, bird is flying. They are flying, they are in motion. That means they would have which energy? They would have kinetic energy. It is a very simple thing, students. Now let's read the formula of kinetic energy, which is again a very important thing. So formula of kinetic energy is half mv square. That means you can write it like this. See, if you want to write the formula of kinetic energy, now you will write it like this. Actually, it is written as Ke, means you can write Ke for kinetic energy, that will be okay. Its formula is half into m into v square. Here half is a constant, it is a number. What is m here? M is the mass of a body. If I am talking about a ball, and if the ball is in motion, ball is in motion, ball is moving, then mass of the ball, the value of the mass of the ball will come here. That means here m is the mass of any object which is in motion. Then v, it is the square of v. Okay, so v is what? V is the velocity. V is the velocity, or in simple terms you can understand it as speed. Okay, they are not similar, but just for understanding purpose you can assume it as speed, but it is not exactly speed, it is velocity. Its name is velocity, but for understanding purpose you can take it as what? Speed. So here v square is the velocity of the ball, because ball is moving now, it will be moving in some velocity with some speed. So here v is the speed of that object, or mainly velocity of that object. So the formula of kinetic energy is what? Half into mv square, where m is what? M is the mass of the body, and v is the velocity of the body, means the velocity with which the body is moving. So kinetic energy will be possessed by a moving body, not by a body at rest. If a body is not moving, example, here this is the cap of the pen, it is at rest, it is not moving, so the kinetic energy of this cap is zero, it will have no kinetic energy, because it is not moving. For kinetic energy, the body should be in motion, the body should be something like this, in motion. Now it will have kinetic energy, but now it is at rest, it will not have kinetic energy. So kinetic energy of a body depends upon two things. The two things are there in the formula itself. First one is mass, another one is velocity. First one is mass, another one is velocity of the body. So if question comes, kinetic energy of a body depends upon dash and dash, then you will write mass as well as velocity. Now the second type of mechanical energy. The second type of mechanical energy is potential energy. So potential energy is that energy which is present in body by the virtue of its position. Now, what do you mean by this position? See, position here means two things. Position here means two things. First, I am talking about height. If an object is at height, then definitely that object will have which energy? Potential energy. And if that object is being stretched, or if that object is bent or compressed, then that object will definitely have potential energy. Very important, students. If an object is raised to certain height, if it is at height, okay, if it is at certain height, or if its position, its I mean to say it's or if it is bent, or it is stretched, or it is compressed, then definitely that body will have this potential energy. So this potential energy is possessed by the body, which is mainly due to its position. So it is of two types. First is gravitational potential energy. I have written PE here. Second one is elastic potential energy. Gravitational potential energy as well as elastic potential energy. Now let's discuss them one by one. Very simple. Gravitational potential energy. It is the energy possessed by a body due to its raised position. Raised position means if the body is at height, certain height from the ground. If any body is at height. Now just look at the diagram here. Okay, just look at the diagram here. Here a ball was there at position A, means the ball was there on the ground. It is not at some height, but if I will raise this ball to certain height, okay, I have raised this ball from the ground and I have taken it to this position, to B position. Here it is at height na. That means here it will definitely have potential energy. But here in this case it was at rest and it is not raised to any height. So in this case it will have no potential energy, zero potential energy. But here as it has some height, see, so it will have potential energy. So how can you define potential energy? Means gravitational potential energy. If any body is at height, then that body will definitely have gravitational potential energy. Example, you can look around your room. There might be a painting hanging on the wall. Many things might be raised to certain height. So that things definitely be having gravitational potential energy. Example, here I have written painting on the wall. Yes, they are raised to some height. So they will have gravitational potential energy. Then fruits on trees, they are at certain height. Water stored in a dam, yes, all these things. And there are also many examples. You just go through your book, you just search and just comment me in the comment section examples of gravitational potential energy. Okay, then second type of potential energy is elastic potential energy. So here we will talk about the things which are stressed, which are compressed or which are bent. Okay, so if any body is stressed or compressed or bent, then that body will definitely possess elastic potential energy. Means energy will be there, potential energy will be there, but that will be called elastic potential energy. Example, you might have seen catapult. Okay, gulel, that is called gulel in Hindi. So whenever we use that na, we stretch its band. Okay, its band is stretched, something like that. So when we are doing the stretching thing na, stretching part, we are stretching the band. If we are stretching the band, that means that band will have which potential energy? Elastic potential energy. If you are compressing anything, if I will bend this pen, something like this, okay, this pen will definitely have what? Elastic potential energy. So one thing which is important for you all, that kinetic energy and potential energy, they are interchangeable. Means potential energy can be converted into kinetic energy and kinetic energy can be converted into potential energy. So that's all for today. I hope you would like this video. If you would have any doubt, comment in the comment section. I will try to clear your doubt. Till then, if you have not subscribed to my channel, do subscribe it, like it and share it with your friends. Thank you.